Hey everybody, Adam Savage with some blades. No, I am in Prop Store's warehouse down in Los Angeles with Brandon Allinger. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
We have a couple of pieces from your upcoming auction.
Yes.
This is in June.
Yes, end of June, June 28th to June 30th.
All right. Both of these are pieces that I have actually spent time obsessing over.
Okay.
Where
do you want to start?
Let's start here with
Troy. I also love Troy. Great film. This is the Achilles sword.
Great fight sequences.
Yeah.
Truly great fight sequences in this film.
The neck stab in the beginning where he takes out Boagrius.
Yes.
Which I think was done with a prop that was just a handle and then
digital blade
painted in. Yeah, yeah. How else are you going to You're not going to neck stab somebody with this.
No, this is actually cast bronze.
Yeah, pick it up. It weighs a ton. Yeah. So this is like a hero version intended for close-ups. It'd be very hard to do anything, in the action sequences with a prop like that.
You would absolutely harm people just showing this off.
Yeah. But as a prop to pick up and handle, it's pretty special.
Well, pretty special because this is from Bronze Age weaponry, right? You are literally handling something that is plausibly close to the weight
what it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that also tells me that these things were, like Brad Pitt's character uses this as a stabber.
Yeah.
But the way this thing is shaped is its
bludgeon.
real strength is as a cleaver.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much power you can bring to amazing.
Yeah.
So,
So I can tell you.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Simon Atherton did the weaponry, of course.
Legendary
famous
armor
UK armor. Did
every movie ever.
Gladiator and Braveheart and Aliens, pulse rifles.
Fifth Element.
All your favorite props. Simon Atherton was involved in, and he did these swords. He made them for the film. I think he may have also done some of the shields. The Achilles shield ties in really nicely to the sword because the pattern of the blade here actually repeats around the shield.
Oh, this sort of vine pattern coming out.
Yeah, some really clever design stuff. And I mean, I love the costume design in that movie. Also, the armors that he wears are fantastic.
Yeah.
And the gold armor ties in really well with the bronze sword. I've seen a few different versions of Achilles swords. I know they made some retractable ones in I think in metal and in a very lightweight plastic, like ABS. But it's just a great prop and really kind of the signature prop of that movie.
Well, and I know that we're familiar with places like Weta making hero steel swords for super close-ups. Most movie weapons are often more commonly aluminum. But if someone had said to me, "Oh, do you think they'd cast a real bronze sword for Troy?" I'd be like, "Absolutely not.
Right.
There's no way anyone would go through that time and expense."
Yeah, you're right. I can't think of another example like that, another film that did bronze swords. But it probably again ties back to Simon Atherton, his interest in real weaponry and the techniques used to make real weapons, and just having an authentic example. So it's like even if the actor's not going to use it extensively, nice thing to have on set.
Truly, yeah. And it's probably one of those things where you hand it to the actor to be like, this is what the foam thing you're handling should feel like, so act accordingly.
Yeah.
What an unparalleled piece, honestly, that it's actually made out of bronze. It's just icing on the cake. Just gorgeous. Okay, and then this one is one I've actually been wanting to get a replica of.
Okay.
This is from Edge of Tomorrow, yes?
Yes, yeah.
Or Live, Die, Repeat.
Right, it has a few names.
It has a few titles.
But it's a good movie, whatever the title is. The Rita blade. So this is the blade that she fashions out of the helicopter rotor blade and uses to, engage in combat with.
This is wielded by Emily Blunt in the film, both in posters as the Angel of Verdun, and then you get to meet her, and she's slinging this thing through a goodly portion of the film.
Yeah, and I think in contrast to the Troy sword we just looked at, this is a very lightweight version.
May I pick it up?
Go for it. Yeah, it's a sizable piece.
It literally,
it's
maybe weighs a pound and a half.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know if it's a dense foam or a very lightweit resin.
No, it feels actually like a fiberglass.
Oh, okay. Maybe
it feels
a hollow
like it
fiberglass.
could be or a shell with foam interior. This is aluminum tape here on the edge. Very straightforward. Beautiful detailing. I mean, the thing about it is it communicates instantly that it is from a piece of industrial equipment, not meant to be a sword.
Yeah. Taken off of the helicopter as per the labels there, and I love the handle. Right?
Yeah, with electrical tape around there.
Yeah.
It's an improvised battlefield weapon that immediately communicates that it is an improvised battlefield weapon.
And I don't know if the red is meant to be blood or if it's like just a paint marking and identifying marking.
Well, and so the question, if it's blood, would be: do the aliens bleed red blood in this film, or does this like accidental spillover from one of her compadres?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Could be either. Yeah, or did the helicopter hit somebody? It sure looks like it could be blood, though.
It absolutely does. Again, this is, and she wears it like this, right?
Yeah.
This is.
You can recreate the poster.
The first thing I thought when I saw this, I can't possibly try and recreate Emily Blunt, but the first thing I thought when I saw this was, it's way smaller than I thought.
Really?
Somehow I had pictured it being probably another foot longer in my head.
Maybe she's a shorter actor.
She could be that she is
playing into the.
Do you know how many of these, or do you know about its manufacturer?
That's a good question. I don't actually know who made it. Probably made by the prop department for the film. I'm pretty sure we had another one in the past that was rubber, as opposed to this, which is more like a rigid, lightweight one.
That makes sense.
So I'm sure they had different versions. There may have even been a hero, but probably not cast in bronze.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a thing to carry. So you have had one of these in the past.
We've had one other, I think. Yeah, we did have one rubber one, but there's been a lot of interest in that one already because it's such a memorable part of that film, and it's a really beloved sci-fi film. It's a lot of legs, that one.
It really does. My wife and I just watched it about 2 months ago, just again because we really like it.
Still enjoyed it.
Still great. I love this little process that we have where you guys send me an auction catalog and ask me to, hey, what do you guys want to come down and film? Because so frequently, really, I've got a model of this, I've got a cast bronze version of this that's a little too short sitting on my desk at the cave, and I've got there's a guy I've been talking with who's built a beautiful model of this. I was going to buy some 3D prints from him.
Well, that's what we endeavor to have, is the stuff that, if someone wants to build a replica of it, odds are it's a pretty cool prop, and to have the original in an auction is going to mean it's an exciting auction. So I'm glad that we're finding some things that get you excited to come down and take a look at them.
Well, also, I mean, the thing that I keep on bouncing back to every time I get to see these things up close is all the different exertions of beautiful craft, right? Like the idea of Simon Atherton, just such a great armorer, does so many different movies, works on tight schedules and crazy budgets, yet still takes the time to make a genuine Bronze Age sword.
Yeah.
And this company making this magnificent improvised weapon, making it so light, easy to handle. There's so many different kinds of craft going on. I'm just always thrilled to touch this stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, just the consideration involved with planning a film, going into production on a film, and everything that you need to have to go into that battle of sorts is it's a real trick.
I want to talk just lastly about the mount for this sword. It's a particularly lovely mount.
Probably because it was also made by Simon Atherton.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
There you go. That totally makes sense. It's etched into the title's etched into like a brick.
It's like a piece of granite. I mean
it is actually.
The only thing heavier than the
plaster.
bronze. Yeah, the only thing heavier than the bronze sword is that base. Yeah,
amazing.
It's got some serious weight.
And it's got just a very easy little bent piece of brass here that sits underneath the handle and supports it quite stably.
Yes. Yeah.
That is really.
And it looks
lovely.
good. They've got the Troy title etched on there. It's nice, classy.
Now Simon Atherton is retired. Am I right?
I believe he is, but I think his son is carrying on the family tradition and is working in the industry.
Yeah. Literally, the amount of their work I have pored over and examined in great detail is probably more than any other specific shop.
Yeah, no, legend in the UK film industry and really in the prop industry, just for all the great classic cinema film props that he touched, like the pulse rifle.
I think in all of the blades that we have covered on these various videos, this is definitely the weirdest and maybe my favorite pairing.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can come up with for next time. I'll try to one-up the blade. It's the blade challenge.
All right, can I take a selfie with this one?
Please do.
Excellent.